I call upon all the forces of the universe! Bippity boppity boo!
Konnichiwa! If you hear anything outside, it's probably my dad. In the last video, I was mostly talking about fanfiction, and I might talk about it more in this video. When I talk about fanfiction, I want to make it clear there's no hate to writers. There were some people who were like, who on earth is shipping anime with Disney? And why would they do that? They don't even know each other. That's kind of the point, gang. They're just fictional characters, and I want to see them interact. But, you know, it's not for everyone. Which is the same thing with fanfiction. It's not for everyone, but I also don't think we should hate on people if, you know, just make your art and put it out there. Especially in this terrible current wave of AI. I think you should put your own original ideas out there and just try.
If you put it out there, someone's gonna buy it.
You know? I have my whiteboard here. It's balancing on them. Sorry, gang. That's as good as the setup is gonna get. I'm sweating in this wig. I need to put my glasses on. Let's... Okay, I don't know this entire universe, but when I made the video and I got like a bunch of comments, my glasses are fogging. There were like 1,000 comments talking about the wife was Elsa. I know! Was it Elsa? I know! One of y'all already informed me. I still get comments now, even though like I'm pretty sure one of the most liked comments on that post is the wife was Elsa. Dang it! I know! I've learned that. I feel like I'm getting whipped well, maybe not whipped. I'm being beaten like, you idiot! It was Elsa, you idiot! I know that's not it at all. And I'm joking. And I'm glad that so many people liked the Bakugo! Let's write down the main perpetrators. Okay. My favorite one. Can y'all see? Hold on. Okay. Tiana and me. Y'all like the anime that I put there? Do y'all like that? Do y'all like that? Konnichiwa, arigato gozaimasu. I was actually colonized by the Japanese, not me personally, my ancestors. I'm Filipino. Philippines! Mention! Oi, Philippines! Then it's, let's see, Sukuna and Cinderella. Personally, I think Cinderella deserves better because... Ooh, you know what's a good movie? The Ugly Stepsister. It's a horror movie. If you're not into like gore and like body horror, you're not gonna like it, but it's a good movie. And also I think they did a really good job of like showing Cinderella's position in all of this, you know, like she's a flawed character. This isn't about that. Anyways, I don't know who their children are. I know that their children, allegedly, it's Bakugo, Katsuki, right, also known as, okay, let's go, AKA Bagdamus. Listen, it makes sense. It makes sense that he is the son of Sukuna, right? I'm trying to think where the Cinderella comes in. We're gonna theorize, okay? This is my theory board. I'm trying to make this straight for some of y'all with who like things straight, you know. I know some of y'all might be a little homophobic. And that's not okay, but, you know, I'm trying to appeal to the masses. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm woke. Anyways, Bagdamus Ryomen. Hold on. I have my computer here. Does Bagdamus have a meaning? King Bagdemagus is a character in Arthurian legend, normally depicted as king of the land of Gore and a knight of the Round Table. Wait, King Arthur? That gay little... The one with, the gay little wizard Merlin. Not Marlin. Marlin is a fish. Tale of Sir Lancelot. Bagdemagus. It seems to be Scottish mythology? Okay. So I was wrong. It wasn't Bagdamus. So it is the Arthurian legend. How do I pronounce that? Why is it... They're like hypnotizing me.
Bagdemagus
Ryomen. Wow, multicultural king, no? Is Cinderella a Scottish fairy tale? Hold on. Which, the original folktale is so dark. I love that. I love it. But like, where does it originate from? It's a French folktale. So Bakugo is like French, Scottish, Japanese, half demon thing. He's biracial just like me. That's twin. Let's continue. So then they said the sister is Anya Forger. I haven't watched this and my friends are telling me to watch it. I think the other one was Akaza. Akaza from Demon Slayer. I can see this connection. You know, I can see this and this. The sons I can see with Sukuna. Okay? I can see that. I can see the connection. They angry. I don't think he'd take his, I think he'd be mad about taking his daddy's surname, because from what I know of the fan lore is that Sukuna is kind of a deadbeat, which makes sense to me as he is in many a fanfic, which, you know how your standards are different in fanfiction? Like, you have to suspend belief in fanfiction, otherwise I get pissed off, and I still get pissed off. Sometimes I'm reading a fanfic, and then I'm like, if you did this to me in real life, I would have smacked the shit out you. What are you talking about? What are you doing? Don't do that. I was on TikTok, and I was like, I just read a fanfic that pissed me the fuck off, because Gojo Satoru was saying some bullshit to me. I don't know how there were like marital troubles, and he's like, I want you to be mad at me, but he's yelling at me, and I was like, okay, calm the fuck down. Don't speak to me like that. I'm your wife. What the fuck? He was just talking to me crazy, and I was like, kill him. Kill him. I believe if your boyfriend is acting crazy to you, girl, leave. If your boyfriend, if your girlfriend, if your partner is acting crazy, of course, in a safe, if you are able to. I think people put up with too much bullshit. I'm strict, girl. Don't talk to me like that. What I'm saying is, from what I know, Sukuna was a deadbeat. Cause I don't know much about you, babe. You seem a little crazy. Is he crazy? Guys, listen. I have time now, so I will watch any animes that like are recommended to me. Oh, he's an antagonist. Yeah. You your daddy's son. You your daddy's son. Right. And you kind of a bitch. But we love him. Well, I hated him for a long while, but like loving, you know, like how you hate a character, like they're kind of a bitch, but you're like, yeah, man, I fuck with you, I guess. Also character growth, you know. So I remember when everyone was crying over Bakugo on Twitter that one day, and he was very serious for a lot of people. I wasn't even that deep in it, you know, so I was like, oh my god, that's crazy. It does get that serious, you know. I know some Attack on Titan people, they be in the trenches, you know what I mean? Okay, so as I'm saying, they take after their father. Right. In Bakugo's case, if it's still in the situation where he's bullying the fuck out of Deku, like in the beginning, I think that comes from his fatherly issues, where he's like, damn it, Deku, my dad left me, and I fucking hate you, you know? I think that's where that comes from. But then later he's like, kindness. In My Hero Academia, he's such a bitch for what? You got a loving family, bruh. Okay, arguably his mom is a little crazy, but like, as I was saying, they take after their father. I think Anya takes after her mother. Very much we can see that. She just got the pink hair. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know who their kids are. I took my wig off and I'm recording this after I finish the video, but interjection. The child of Tiana and Nanami was Tsuyu Asui from My Hero Academia. That's who it was, because Frog, the concept of Blasian Asui. Have you ever seen a frog on a log in a bog? But let's move on. Oh, I'm not done with this actually, because then allegedly, the girlfriend, allegedly, I don't fucking know, is Moana? I mean, okay. Personally, I don't think Moana would put up with that bullshit, bro. Thing is, right, I don't want a man yelling at me. I don't want a man yelling at me ever. Even in fanfics, it gets to a point. It gets to a point, diva. I mean, I love the drama of fanfics. I love angst in a fanfiction. I love putting myself in a situation where I'm stressed out, but I cannot tolerate that shit. I don't like people being stupid and nasty in my face. Which, again, girl, you would not find me, I would not stay there. I don't know who the parents are in this pairing, but apparently, Deku, and, okay, now this isn't Disney. What's her name? Marionettes. Miraculous Ladybug likes to piss me the fuck off. Girl. These two, I was getting mixed signals. Because apparently, they were either lovers or siblings. Preferably not at the same time. I don't know how to feel about that. And I mean, I can see it. I can see them as friends. I can see it, kind of. Not so much the lovers. Not really. It would be so crazy if we're adding Miraculous into this. If Adrian Agreste, am I spelling that right? I always forget how to spell his name. If Adrian Agreste was their child also. Because I'm just thinking blonde. I'm thinking blonde. Cause hear me out. He's French. He's French. He's French. He's French. What if, okay, he is the child of Cinderella. And then, but like, not Sukuna. You know? But then they could also have father issues. No? Like, Let me know what y'all think about that. This is just my addition. I don't think that's in the fanon canon of what's currently there, but we're having fun. The other one that I heard was apparently, and I think this is crazy. There was a full edit of this. Suguru. Satoru. Right. And Tinkerbell. Now, when I first saw this, I was like, this is kind of crazy. Right? This is kind of crazy. However, I can see it like a little bit. I think they could be like a power duo, if not a couple. I think Tinkerbell is kind of crazy. And I mean specifically the Peter Pan version of her, Disney Peter Pan, and not her individual movies, because I think she gets more growth in those and she's an actual character and a person, well, a fairy. Whereas in the Peter Pan film, which allegedly takes place after the Tinkerbell films, that's when she meets him. She's arguably crazier, right? Because she tries to kill Wendy, darling.
No, you might have killed her.
Which is like, okay, girl. But that's why I think in the whole, I think she would be a supportive wife or partner or whatever they decide. Situation. It seems like a situationship, no? But maybe they're very dedicated to each other. They could be like a very insane couple. Because I think she would murder anyone who gets in the way of this. The only thing that stopped her really was that Peter Pan was like, hey, what the hell? And I don't think he'd say that. You know, he also calls people monkeys, and sometimes, and Tinkerbell in specifically the Peter Pan movies, before she like changes her mind, she gives me a little bit of like racist energy, which while I know that's not what he's intending when he says monkeys, the energy is there, you know what I mean? In the same way that Tinkerbell gives slightly racist white women, you know what I mean? So like, it's not that you are a racist, but like there's a hint of it there, you know, just like a hint. A sprinkle of fairy dust, of pixie dust, if you will. I think they could achieve world domination. I do. I think that they could. When Yuta went to Africa, when my friends told me about that, because I wasn't caught up, and they were like, he's in Africa, and I was like,
I always wanted a brother. I always wanted a brother.
I was a Gojo hater. I still kind of have beef with him, and I still think his blue eyes are scary and kind of ugly. But I would smash. But I'm just saying, I think he's kind of scary. Listen, again, in fiction, it's fine, whatever. I can tolerate it. It's like, okay, haha. But in real life, he seems like a where's my hug at guy. I mean this on a very basic level. This isn't going inside his like whole character arc. But like, you know, where were we? I got sidetracked. So I checked my TikTok because I'm like, there's lore that I'm missing. Sukuna and Cinderella, allegedly. I'm sure people have different versions of this story. So they're together. Then Cinderella thinks that Sukuna is cheating with Rapunzel. Wait.
The idea of Gojo?
Okay, he was believed to be cheating with Rapunzel, but apparently Rapunzel was with Yuji. And then their kid was Deku. Is it crazy if I say that it makes more sense for their kid to be Adrian Agreste? I know we're trying to keep it within the or what if it's a bitch like Monoma? Or what if it's a saint like, I'm forgetting his name, Mirio? Or what's his name? The guy with the tail. Isn't he blonde? Yes! Ojiro! And he has the tail, and the tail is like Rapunzel's hair. Sometimes I think about my ancestors and I'm like, if they saw me now, what did they think? I mean, I don't think they'd be disappointed because I'm not. Girl, because who gives a shit? But also, I'm like, you know, what would they be thinking? They'd be like, wow, what the fuck is this? Oh, obvious. I forgot the main couple. Because this is just so interesting, you know, that I don't really give a fuck about the rest. I don't have a whiteboard marker. I mean, what? No, I don't have a eraser because I broke it. I need to remove this. Right, so they're children, Deku, and Deku is with Marinette, Gojo, and Elsa. Which, guys, can we stop shipping white people? No, not white people. What am I saying? People with white hair together. Let's stop it. Because honestly, most of the time they look like siblings. Or it'll be like ice powers with ice powers. I think we can get a little more creative. I don't really think this would work at all. Okay, but to be fair, I think she's a lesbian. In my heart and soul, I believe she is a lesbian. And I was there rooting for, listen, I know a lot of people didn't like Frozen, and I know a lot of people didn't like Frozen 2. And I don't really give that much of a fuck about it. But after Frozen 1, where they were like, give Elsa a girlfriend, I was there. Man. I was there. And I was rooting for it. But of course, it's Disney. They weren't gonna give us that. So there was this. But Elsa with Jack Frost was a thing. Which, you know, I also think he's a little gay boy. I think that's a little gay boy. I don't think this worked either, but I mean the Jelsa edits of the 2010s was peak. I'm not arguing with that, you know what I mean? Like, those were brilliant and amazing and life-changing. But in my personal opinion, I don't think it works. But I respect you and I love you for what you do. And like, I still think it's interesting and I love the lore and I love seeing people create and I would love to read more about it. And I do rewatch those AMVs a lot. Anyways. Oh, okay. Also, while we're here, someone said that with Gojo, L from Death Note was the mom, Killua is their kid, right? So that's their child, which makes sense. They said it was because they kind of look alike. So I guess Mpreg? How do you think these two will get along? I wonder. Also, people were saying Cinderella and Bakugo like it makes sense because he's a clean freak and Cinderella cleans and cooks. But to be fair, I don't think that's a personality trait of Cinderella. I think that's trauma from Cinderella because like she was forced to, that's how she got the name Cinderella, because she cleaned the cinders from the fire. I don't know, but I mean I like the idea. Like I like the idea of that. But is that a trait of hers? I think she was forced to. I think that was forced labor. I think she was abused. But maybe it's like a nervous habit. I don't know what mental illness is. I'm you know, who knows? It can pass down. I don't know. Maybe he sees his mom doing it when she's stressed and he does it now because he's stressed. I don't know. Headcanon. Okay. Elsa cheated on Gojo, allegedly, with Jack Frost. And he's really Killua's dad. I don't think so, because I think they'd have a white baby. I think they'd have a very white baby. And I mean that with love. I think these two would have a very white baby. If they had a baby, I think their baby would be very white. And not Killua. I also think his powers make more sense if Gojo's the dad. Because 2 ice powers and then you get that kid. It'd be real crazy if you had a kid and they were suddenly like Asian. My dermatologist said I was white. And my mom laughed. And my mom is Asian. And my dad is black. And then I made the joke, wow, I'm a medical anomaly because an Asian woman and a black man made a white baby. Joke! The woke left won't let me speak about my experience as a white woman. Okay, I got back to the comment where Bakugo and Moana. How and why and why? Okay, let me try and think about this like critically. She tamed the heart of Tefiti. I haven't watched Moana in a while. I didn't watch Moana 2, girl. But she tamed the heart of Tefiti, so maybe she can tame the explosive inside of Bakugo Katsuki and tame him and keep him calm, you know? Is that it? Is that the appeal of the ship? I don't know. I'm making shit up. Maybe. This... I don't understand this. And I don't understand this. But I kind of understand this. I still don't think this would happen. Actually, you know, it'd be really funny. Lavender marriage. Elsa's a lesbian. And Gojo. I mean, what the fuck is going on with these two? You know what I'm saying? I think that's more likely. That this is a lavender marriage. And this is some bullshit. But they would kill people. I think that's the yandere situationship y'all are looking for. Let me check if there's anything else. I don't know if there is. Hold on. Okay, I'm hearing... I'm getting word of something new. Gojo and Makima and their kids, Todoroki and Killua. Interesting. I don't know if I like that. I don't like that. You know what could also make sense? Elsa Sukuna and their son is Todoroki. No. I think everyone should stay away from Sukuna because I think that man's a bitch. The idea is there somewhere. Hold on. Oh, and Cinderella and Sukuna died, so Mitsuki adopted Bakugo. That's dark. Okay. in this family tree, Gojo and Elsa had Killua, and then Killua allegedly marries Gon, and then their child is Deku. Okay, spiky hair, green, but this would not make sense in this timeline. No. Yuji and Rapunzel is cute. I like this. I like this. I don't think that they would have a Monoma. Maybe they could. Actually, Monoma as one of their children, he's a bitch. I mean, I character growth. I mean this in the very, like, surface level character pickings, okay? This is for fun. Listen, I might be onto something. Or I could be bullshitting. Guys, I don't remember a lot of this. I'll be real. This is like the multiverse of Disney and anime. Anyways, I can't believe Mitsuki stole Katsuki from Cinderella and Sukuna. So, in another universe, she's a kidnapper. Some people say Anya is the daughter of them. Some people say Anya is the daughter of Rapunzel and Yuji. I think this is... What? Nanami broke up with Tiana and got with Hachi from Nana. And then there's the theory that Mitsuki cheated on Masaru with Sukuna, and that's why Katsuki's such a hothead. I mean, I think even if she didn't cheat, he would have gotten it from his mama. From what I know, that is the full timeline of events. I'm not sure if there's more to... There probably is. I am in full support of crossover fics and ships because I think they're funny as fuck. One of my favorites is Regan Arataka and Sans Undertale. Now, we could get freakier. If I say Gojo and Sans could be an interesting ship, will y'all call me crazy? I bring up Sans Undertale every time I can. But if I say they would have like a good, interesting, even if not like romantic ship, but that makes it more fun. But like, I think they would have, because, okay, if y'all don't know Sans Undertale like that, they're both tumultuous, like they're tortured characters. But what I'm saying is, we could go past this. We could go past Disney. We could go, I mean, we dabbled in the... Why was it specifically miraculous that we dipped into? Why was it specifically miraculous? That's very interesting to me. This was fun. Thank you for yapping with me. Bye, Bagdamus. Bagdamagus. I forgot how to say his name already. How do I say? I still have it open. Bagdamagus. This is for everyone who wanted that hour fucking video of doing this. Anyways, bye. Take your meds and drink water and take a nap. And happy holidays!